Okay, part 2. Randy Orton versus John Cena for the WWE Championship.
Alright, no. This...
By the way, before we get started, who predicted Randy Orton to win this match?
Yes, before we go anywhere, I guaranteed Callum that I would explain to everybody watching that Callum picked Randy Orton to win this match, and I said...
Because I understand wrestling booking, people, and I've never seen a challenger look so weak going into a title match without winning. That's what happened.
That's a fair point. I haven't really watched WWE programming over the last couple of weeks, so I might have missed that. But I didn't see how it would make sense for Randy Orton to be put over even though John Cena won the title at the last pay-per-view. And I said, no, it'll definitely be Cena. So Callum made me guarantee that if Orton won, I would explain to everyone that Callum was correct and I was wrong.
Anyway, let's stop making me sound like a dick. Right?
Well, you know, like...
Just accept the fact I was right, you were wrong. Anyway.
Alright, oh, okay then.
Last time I said the I Quit match at Breaking Point was really good, and everyone just basically moaned that John Cena won the title. And I'm sure this match was really bad, and everyone would be like, oh great, Randy Orton won the title. But this match was bad. I mean, this wasn't even a Hell in a Cell match. Basically they used the ring steps far more than they used.
It was like I said, this match. I was just like, this doesn't utilize the point of any kind of stipulation match. It doesn't have to be Hell in a Cell. It could be a cage match, it could be a ladder match, it could be TLC, whatever. You could wrestle a perfect match in the ring, which, just to make the point, neither of these guys did.
Oh God no! God no!
You could wrestle a picture perfect match in the center of the ring, and it would still irritate me because I'd be like, but this is a Hell in a Cell match.
Exactly.
Why aren't you utilizing the cell? So the fact that...
Classic example. Orton got back body dropped over the top rope. He should surely go into the cell at this point. No, he just lands on the ground in front of the cell. I mean, what is the point? There is no point in that.
So it would have irritated me enough. That these guys didn't use the cell. But the fact that the match that they wrestled without using the cell was rubbish. I mean, it wasn't as bad as, say, the WrestleMania main event. It wasn't as bad as Triple H or WrestleMania.
But it was slow. Orton was doing that really slow thing that I just can't be bothered with. Cena, of course, makes Orton tap out, and that was the point where Bobby came. He saw the light and realised that Orton was going to win this.
Well, I knew, absolutely, of course, because I do also understand wrestling. Funnily enough, I knew that as soon as the referee got knocked down, it was before the submission hold was even locked in, before it was even in a position where that could happen. I was like, Orton is going to tap out while the referee's down,
and then
he will win. But he won.
The question was how he was going to win.
But he won alarmingly cleanly, which I quite like.
With the world's worst punt. I mean, this was the worst punt ever. He missed this much.
It wasn't that he missed. It was that Cena blatantly and clearly moved out of the way before...
To the extent that Bobby thought the actual spot was that Cena had avoided the punt.
I actually thought Cena had got out of the way. I thought they were doing that thing where, you know how sometimes if someone misses a move, even though missing that move wouldn't hurt them, they sell it like they've been damaged somehow by missing.
Yeah.
I thought that was what had happened. I thought Cena had like landed on his knee or something, and they were like, and I thought he was going to get an attitude adjustment and get pinned. But then he made the cover, and I was like, what? Like, I just didn't understand. I was so confused. Like, no, just this match was gash. So like,
then we got a match that both of us didn't even know was on the card. Drew McIntyre versus R-Truth, which was preceded by an R-Truth promo, which Bobby insists are not the worst thing in the world, when clearly they are literally the worst thing in the world. That's the whole truth.
I think nothing but the truth. I think R-Truth's promos aren't that bad. I'm not gonna lie.
They're so awful.
I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway,
I don't think they're that bad.
They have a match, and I believe the crowd were chanting, "This is boring," like 3 seconds in.
Like, as in, they literally hadn't started wrestling yet. What annoyed me about this was A, I didn't know what was happening, and B, I even said to Callum earlier that I was really annoyed that Drew McIntyre has been built up for weeks and he's not had a match yet. And I've been really looking forward to seeing a match. Not just because he's my Scottish kinsman. Just because I've been
because
really...
he won an I Quit match in Kilmarnock.
He did win that I Quit match in Kilmarnock. And, you know...
Hilarious Wikipedia page.
You just quit if you went to Kilmarnock. But
that was my joke.
I know, and I fucking stole it. But I've been looking forward to it for ages. But I don't know why, but because it was on a pay-per-view, like if it had been on SmackDown or Superstars or whatever,
yeah,
it would really paying attention. But I just didn't care, and I'm pretty sure I felt exactly the same as everyone in the audience.
Yeah.
Obviously McIntyre wins. This match actually wasn't bad. It was fine. It was the kind of match where if it had happened on SmackDown, depending on the week, I might have considered it for match of the week just because it was quite good.
It was fine.
And the amount of wrestling on television is bad.
US title. Swagger, Miz, Kingston. This is surely the point where the Miz wins the US title, isn't it?
Well, that's what you said. I told you that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I told you Kofi
I don't
Kingston
get
was
wrestling
insane.
booking, I know.
I told you. But
a totally meaningless title reign from Kofi Kingston is clearly necessary.
It was weird with Kofi Kingston from Ghana, West Africa.
He spent a lot of his childhood in Jamaica. That's why he's influenced by it.
He spent a lot of his childhood in Jamaica that's geographically nowhere near Ghana, West Africa. And Kofi Kingston's so over, and he's now really good. He's not sloppy anymore like
we used to think he was.
He's really good. He's done that thing which I thought he was going to go the opposite way. And
he's not bad at promo though. How come R-Truth, who's terrible at promo, gets to cut one and Kofi Kingston doesn't?
Kofi Kingston isn't actually bad at promo. He's alright.
Anyway, let's just get this done. Right. This match was...
Meh.
It was okay. But it looked like The Miz was going to win for all the world because Kingston hit Trouble in Paradise on Swagger and you're like, okay, well no one no-sells a finishing move just to break up a cover. So Miz hits the skull-crushing finale and I was like, yeah, The Miz has finally won the title. No. Swagger decides to no-sell the finishing move, and just take him off, and then...
No, but they botched this, because Swagger,
he was
supposed to put Kofi Kingston's foot on the rope, but failed to do so Kofi Kingston just had to kick out of the Miz's finisher, but then, after he kicked out, the referee went, foot on the rope, and I was like, no, the foot was never on the rope. No, but it was, this was very, very strange. It was a very, very strange match, and even at that spot, I've never seen a spot so perfect to end a match.
Exactly.
It's like designed to end a match.
And no.
I have a kind of belief. I was saying this earlier. I have a kind of belief that even though the Miz is that good, especially on the promo, I for some reason think that in the back the people at WWE just hate him.
Yeah. It's just.
This is a personal call. Callum disagrees, but I don't think they're ever going to put a singles title on the Miz.
I'm not sure I even do disagree. I just hope it's not true.
I think that I hope it's not true as well, but that's just the way I see it.
Anyway, Kofi wins. How did he win? He wins by pinning the Miz after Swagger.
Yeah, Swagger. Right. This is ridiculous. The Miz has to get pinned, even though he wasn't the last person in this match to get hit with a finisher. Swagger bombs the Miz. And then Kofi Kingston hits Trouble in Paradise on Swagger, but then pins the Miz. That doesn't make any sense. Like, what? Anyway, moving on.
Main event. Right. Bear in mind, both titles changed hands on this pay-per-view.
But this is the main event!
We had a momentous Undertaker title change, and we had Randy Orton winning off John Cena. Both of those could quite easily be the main event. No. DX versus Legacy. I wonder how this got to be main event.
In fairness, I think this was the best of the 3 cell matches.
It was. Well, it certainly had 2 periods where it was good, as opposed to the rest, which had...
To be honest, it wouldn't be that hard to be the best of these 3 cell matches.
Nah.
I think these 3 cell matches were all so bad that they could all, with the exception of Undertaker Boss Man at WrestleMania 15, because obviously that was horrendous, they could all be worse than the 6-man cell match where Rikishi fell off the cell into a bucket of sawdust.
That was awful. That was the worst spot I've ever seen.
It was just like...
Actually, at least they did a spot though at those hell. They didn't do a spot this entire pay-per-view.
No spots. And this match, very, very predictably involved... Let me sum it up for you if you haven't seen it. Triple H was excluded from the match by being locked out of the cell.
Well, first of all, it starts off very well. It actually starts off like a really good match and then falls apart, and then Triple H gets locked outside the cell,
Triple H gets locked out outside the cell. So basically, Shawn Michaels gets the holy fuck beaten out of him for absolute ages. But to the extent that it's completely implausible that he wasn't covered at some point.
Exactly.
Like,
they just didn't even go for pinfall.
Yeah, exactly. Like no even attempt.
So Triple H leaves to the back, and we all know he's coming back with, I said wire cutters, but it could have equally been a sledgehammer. No, we got that later.
No.
Breaks into the cell and buries them. Of course, they bury Rhodes instead of DiBiase.
That really pissed me off. They ended up locking DiBiase out of the cell.
Right, we don't have much time.
Oh, right, well, okay. Rhodes is better than DiBiase, and I don't understand why he didn't get put over. There was a good spot at the end of this match, which I quite liked, where
Screeching music
and a sledgehammer to the face at the same time. Nice.
Anyway, pay-per-view was at best okay. All the cell matches were pretty rough. Please tell me what you think. Please rate, please comment, and subscribe if you wish. Okay, bye.
Cheers, guys.